now that I actually have this third of the mountain done, part of me wants to, continue and actually finish the rest of the mountain. And the other part of me also doesn't want to touch it for another month. So we'll see how long it takes for me to actually complete the entire mountain. But as of right now, I'm going to take a break from it. I've also gotten rid of the flower field that I had here from last video. It just wasn't turning out as well as I wanted it to. I got to do some more experimenting with those flowers and just a flower field in general. So I kind of had the idea of, making this kind of like a wild wheat field. And I think it looks really good. I'm going to continue, putting it up more to the side of the mountain. Not go all the way up to it, but probably a little bit up to here and some more here in this area. Just to make it look like it's, growing up on the mountain as well. I'm also not sure if this is, too much wheat. Because like here and kind of like on the edge, I have it to where it's like broken up to make it look like it's not like a normal farm spot. So I'm not sure if I'm going to want to go through the entire area and kind of like take out some spots. But I don't know, that's something that maybe you guys can, let me know down in the comments if I should do. Nothing really added over in this area. This is also just another view of the mountain completed. Not really sure what I'm going to do here. Kind of like add in, foliage into the area, which I'm going to do. But I feel like I'm not sure if I should add like a building that goes inside or maybe a cave system. I haven't really gotten to thinking of any ideas for this section right now. Obviously, I still need to kind of still work on the path and splitting up. Finally got a animal sheep farm. I was getting tired of surviving on fish and fish only. I don't know why he's stuck there. Oh, okay. Just gonna let him be. I haven't finished the waterfall yet. I still need to add in the stained glass to make it look like, the splashing of the waterfall. As well as just kind of finishing up the sides of the riverbank here. I was also able to find a zombie villager and restore him. And I now have a mending villager. So that has been really helpful. You can also get emeralds from him with papers. So, name's Johnny. Now, a big issue that I am having right now is I have an Enderman infestation. I think they're coming from the nether portal that I have placed because every time I go into the nether, there are maybe 10 Endermen right outside of the portal. So I think they keep going through the portal, coming out here, stealing blocks, and disappearing. Because from time to time, I'll find, blocks missing. I have to replace them, or I see the Enderman actually holding the blocks. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but that's just kind of something that's been happening, which I kind of find a little bit funny, as well as annoying. It's also a little trippy what the inside of the mountain looks like. I have all this space that I can work with. See, look at an Enderman took a block. I gotta fill it up again. But I don't know. I might put a basic mob farm in here. That's something I also need just so I can get XP easy. But yeah, the inside. Oh, is that the culprit? That might be him. I think so. No, I got a grass block now. I don't understand why they like to take blocks. That's the one thing about these mobs. Oh boy. It's the one thing about these mobs that I do not like, that they take blocks. Also, I like to say I'm not, awful at the combat in this game. I'm definitely not the greatest, for sure. But I don't know what it is. Something about the nether, I just cannot survive. I died, I want to say, probably 4 times trying to get blaze rods. just so I can turn the zombie villager back into a villager. And I wish I was recording because some of them were a little ridiculous. I got sniped by a blaze from, I don't know, maybe 45 to 50 blocks away. It was crazy. The moss farm has been amazing. I took my dog for a walk one day and just kind of left it running, and it filled up, you know, both these chests completely, as well as this half chest. I've been taking stuff out of it, taking seeds out for the, you know, wheat field in front of the mountain. But I have more moss than I need currently, so I'm happy with that. Last video, I kind of talked about how I'm going to stack these. I'm still going to do that because I'm going to stack them, and I'm also going to I'm going to have some of them be turned into just bone meal farms, because I'm going to need a lot of bone meal, and bones right now are hard to get. So I feel like having a bone meal farm, which can just auto craft them into bone blocks, would be really huge right now. What do you have, good sir? Anything I need? Negative. All right. So I've also continued the path a little bit more. As you can see, I'm starting to work on the forest as well, but I'll talk about that in a second. The path, like I said, is going to split into two ways. This way, I'm going to have it go along the river. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it go all the way along the river or just connect to a bridge to get to the other side of the river. And then this path over here will then lead to my next project, this mountain over here. It's not going to be another mountain build. I'm actually building something on top of it. But right now, I really want to focus on this forest. To anyone who watches B-Dubs, this is highly inspired by him in his most recent Hermitcraft video. You know, watching B-Dubs, he's one of my favorite content creators when it comes to Minecraft, and he is one of the reasons why I actually, you know, continue playing the game and trying to, you know, get better at building. Now, my goal with this forest, I've noticed a lot of people have been talking about like picture frame, you know, points on a map. So my kind of goal in this area right now is to kind of get one of those, you know, picture frame moments for this waterfall. Maybe the entire mountain, but mainly the waterfall, since the waterfall is the focus of the mountain. There will also be a picture or portrait frame for this mountain here and what I have going on it. Also, I don't know how I feel about, you know, this section where the river meets the land. I wish there was a half mud block, because I feel like it would fit perfectly right here. It just look a little bit better. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it the way it is, or change it up a little bit. I do also need to still kind of finish the riverbank in that section there. But right now I need to continue getting some materials for the forest, so I will go ahead and get that done. This is what I have done right now. It's not a whole lot. I keep going up into the trees and coming back down, seeing how it looks, and I'm doing that multiple times per tree. So that's why it's kind of taking me a while. And I just kind of want to make sure that I get everything placed, you know, how I want it. I know it's supposed to be like a wild forest where it's not supposed to be perfect, but that's not kind of how my brain runs, unfortunately. But this is kind of the effect that I was going for. You kind of, you know, walk through, you get that kind of portrait feel of the waterfall and the mountain here through the trees. And I kind of like it. Definitely some more things I need to add. I'm going to add a couple more trees here, of course, and then, you know, this entire area. I do have a spruce tree right here, and that's because I want this forest to kind of blend into a spruce forest. That's going to push this way more towards the mountain, while this way forward is going to be more kind of like the custom like oak type trees. I kind of want to get away from the forest because it is taking a long time, and I kind of want to start getting a framework of the castle. And I have decided that I am going to do a more ruined castle, just because I have some plans on the other side of the mountain over there where the ocean kind of meets the land, where there's going to be probably like a more civilization or civilized area. And I can have it be where this was like the old stomping grounds for that city, and they relocated to the other side of the mountain due to having an actual port. So since I'm having kind of like a deserted castle up here, there's obviously gonna have to be like some form of a abandoned city as well. And I plan on kind of having it in this section right here. Since I do have the path coming this way, I feel like it'd be cool to have like a gate entrance to the city, make a little city that's been abandoned as well, and then lead up to where the castle is going to be, where I think I'm going to have the entrance to the castle be about right here, and obviously the abandoned or ruined castle in this section right here. So that's kind of my plan for this area. It's going to involve a lot of taking down trees, because I'm going to take down all of this so I can open up area for the abandoned town. And then I'm going to replace these trees with actual custom trees as well. Realistically, I kind of just want to get a base outline of kind of what the, what's kind of going to look like. I don't have any plans at the moment or like pre-built buildings, but I do have a reference that I'm looking at. I'll put up on the screen. It's a very famous German castle that I am not going to try and pronounce at all. And obviously I do plan on, re-terraforming the entire mountain once I have the either base complete or when I actually have the castle itself complete. For right now, I'm not going to do any of the terraforming stuff just because I've been doing a lot of that the last couple weeks. So this is just a brief kind of outline of the shape that I'm going to be doing for kind of the main portion of the castle. I wanted to work in some diagonal walls just so the whole thing wasn't just one giant rectangle. I got 2 towers that will also be a part of the main build, and I do plan on actually adding more structures up here. It's not just going to be this. I'm going to have a connecting tower right here that's kind of just like a watchtower. I'm also going to probably add a structure on this part of the cliff of the mountain, just because from this view, I feel like something needs to go there. So it's just going to be probably part of the main structure or like another type of stable for horses or like a training area. I'm not sure yet. I also did some more work on the forest, not a whole lot. I kind of have this entire kind of river coast done. I gotta do some more work right here. I like how it's turning out. I haven't really noticed any mobs spawning underneath the trees, so I'm assuming the light is good enough to where they're not spawning during the day, which is what I want. I haven't really gone around and like looked at the actual light levels yet. That's something that I kind of just want to do once it's complete. Also did some more work on the riverbank. Just pretty much have this section right here to finish. But right now this is kind of the view of the forest, as well as the start of the castle that's going to be up there. I know there wasn't a whole lot of building in this episode. It was more of like a kind of update to what I've been doing. Next episode, I plan on basically, just trying to finish the forest as well as actually starting on the castle. So there should be a lot more building when it comes to the next episode that comes out. I appreciate if you stuck around this long to get to the end, and I'll see you guys next time.